Welcome back to another episode of the Knowledge Bomb. In this week's episode, we're going to talk about mobility and whether you should put it in your warm-up or your cool-down. So I get a lot of questions on where we should put mobility, whether it should be in the evening, before we work out, after we work out, and here's some general guidelines to go off of that kind of help you direct where to put what type of mobility in your day. So the first question to ask is, do you need mobility to get into a position that's demanded in your training session? If that's the case, go ahead and put that in your preparation, in your warm-up prior to the session. This will help you open you up, improve that mobility short term, right? That's the key, short term for that session. Good example is if you need shoulder mobility and you're having a hard time getting in that overhead position, go ahead and work on those shoulders prior to training. If you don't have any specific restrictions to your session, then I would just get rid of mobility completely from your warm-up. Now that doesn't mean active movement such as animal walks or kind of flow session stuff. That stuff is still good, I'd still keep it in, but that true classic PNF mobility where you're looking at lengthening tissues, I wouldn't put that in unless you need specific work relative to your training session. For those of you guys who have general needs or global needs relative to your mobility, whether it's hips, internal rotation, external rotation, shoulders, psoas, whatever it is, a great place to put that in is post-workout, right? So if you know you need specific work that maybe isn't challenged specifically in that session, go ahead and pull it in your cool down, right? We want to make sure the cool down is in your training session. So, my recommendation is 10-20 minutes of easy breathing, moving, and you can kind of sprinkle in some of that mobility, right? So this is a good opportunity while you're still warm, while you still have blood flowing, to get that in. You're gonna have kind of medium to long-term success by putting it in post-workout. If you're looking to improve something long-term and it's general maintenance that we just know we need to take care of our bodies, a great place to put that is in the evening, right? So I usually have a routine before I go to bed. I spend about a half hour on the floor. I have 2 daughters of my own, so it's great being able to roll around with them, kind of that family time. I'm also taking advantage of it and making sure I mobilize at that point before I go to bed. So there's really 3 key opportunities for you to take advantage of becoming more mobile, keeping yourself healthy, increasing performance throughout the day. Before you work out, for those needs specific to your training session, post-workout where you're still warm, blood flow is there, a great way to cool down where you can take care of the needs that you know you have, and then in the evening where it's more of a general long-term maintenance approach. I hope these guidelines help you decide on where to put those mobility pieces throughout your day. Let me know if you have questions in the comments below.